Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Ritz from Courage Pays Better Than Fear Trading with another mini shot. The last video I talked about the importance of having a trading routine in terms of looking and studying your charts when the market closes, looking at those dailies and weeklies. But I'm also going to talk about another component of your routine, and that is having a list of things that you do every day before you trade or while you trade. And I'm going to share with you my routine and what I do. And some of you might think it's a little out there and bizarre, but it has worked for me. So check it out. So I talked about how at 4 p.m. Eastern time on any given day, I'm studying my daily charts, weekly charts to get an idea in terms of what I'm going to do the next day for my trades. But what do I do on any given day when I wake up in the morning? Now, I mentioned this in the previous video. At 4 a.m., I'm checking the pre-market action to see how prices are moving in the pre-market. And again, I'm not trading that, but I'm getting a sense for what's going to happen on that particular day. But I also sit down at my computer and I scan through the tickers that I'm trading consistently, because that's the other thing too. If you're going to trade 100 stocks, 75 stocks, it's too much and you're going to lose money. You need to narrow your list down to a handful of stocks, 5, 10, maybe 15 max, that you study and you know their routines and patterns, and you do that over and over and over again. And so when you have that intimate knowledge of those tickers, when you're looking at pre-market action, you have an idea or a sense for how that particular stock is going to move. So that's one of the first things I do. Check it pre-market around 4 a.m. to see how things are moving. Then I go back to sleep. I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. And then around 7:15, I'll check it again, and then 8:30. And that really helps me narrow down, all right, these are my 2 best setups for the day. And then once the market opens, whichever of those 2 look best, that's the one I execute and that I take. Now, here's the other thing that I do, and this might sound a little bit weird. I listen to the same exact song every time I start trading. Now, some people might say that they don't listen to music when trading. They like to have silence. They like to be focused. I like to have something playing in the background. And it's a song by Akira the Don. He took a speech from Naval Ravikant. And the song is Read What You Love Until You Love to Read. I put that on and it just triggers my brain to know it is time to trade, right? So I do that every single day. It sends that message to my brain and my body that, hey, it's time to get after it. It's time to trade. Some of the other things that I do with my routine, I have a little notebook, and people ask me, do you have like some crazy spreadsheet that you use for tracking individual trades? And the answer is I used to, but I don't anymore. I handwrite down, like I said, I picked the top 2 setups. I'll write them down. Let's say it's Microsoft, MSFT, Tesla, TSLA. And then for my entry, I just write E, my entry price, S, stop loss, write it down, P, profit taker. And that's how I keep track of my trades. And I could go through my notebook and look to see, all right, this is the trade I took. Here's my entry, here's my profit, here's my stop. And it's old school, but it works for me. Right? And you have to find what works for you, but you should have some method of documentation. Now, I do have spreadsheets that I use to track my daily profit and loss, my monthly profit and loss, my yearly profit and loss. I like spreadsheets for that, but in terms of the daily, I prefer the scrappy little pieces of paper. So that's what I do there. So, and again, I write down those 2 or 3 best plays, and whichever one presents itself, I'm writing down my entry, my stop, my profit, and then I execute the trade. And so that is part of my routine as well. And then the other part of my routine is defining the hours in which I'm going to trade. And that has changed a little bit, and it's constantly evolving depending on market trends or what's occurring in the market. But right now, I'm only actively trading from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And that's it. I used to hop back on around 2 p.m. and look for setups, but that hasn't been something that I've been doing lately. So really my trading is concentrated to that 2-hour window. Now here's the beautiful thing. If I smash a trade and I hit my profit within 45 minutes to an hour, I'm done. And I have the rest of the day to hang out with my family, do things around the house, work on the business, record videos like these. And it's a beautiful thing. But coming back to that routine component, you need to define the hours in which you're going to trade. You should not be trading all day long. That's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for overtrading. And more importantly, it's a recipe for losing money. So define your trading hours. So hopefully you took something from this. Having that routine when you're looking at the pre-market, how you're keeping track of your trades, whether that's a spreadsheet, an old school piece of paper like I use, having something that triggers your brain and tells you, hey, now it's time to trade, like I use with the song. And then also too, defining your trading hours and sticking to that. Have a routine that will help you become a profitable trader. And hopefully this mini shot was helpful for you. Best of luck with your trading, and let me know what you thought of this video in the comments, and I'll see you back here sometime soon for some more. Have a great one.